So morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yes. Fine, thank you. Yes. So Python is not a kind of programming which is very recently introduced, right? It was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. What are the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. So means from the last 4 5 years, right? Python has got great boom. It's widely used
Yeah,
in most of the high-end
we can
technologies.
we can
Bhavani Prasad, any query you got? So for your general queries, I'll be giving time at the end of the session, right? Yes. So I was saying Python was introduced 30 years ago. Why all of a sudden Python has got great boom? Suddenly, if you go back 10 to 12 years, right? But if you go to the year 2010 or 12, see, most of them doesn't know that there is a programming language like Python. But why all of a sudden Python has got great boom? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Suddenly super popular. Yes. First one, very less code you see. Very less code you see in Python. Very less coding. Secondly, means most of the programmers or developers are attracted towards Python and they are migrating towards Python because of its very less coding. Simple syntaxes, very less code means if you compare with any other programming language, not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programming. And simple syntaxes given by Python. The syntaxes of Python looks like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programmings, right? Very less coding, simple syntaxes given by Python. And third one is like interactive mode. Interactive mode given by Python. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, right? Just like how you message a friend getting response, right? In the same way, here if you type any statement, you will get the response for that statement. Statement by statement interaction, right? It's possible. So just observe this. If I type this CMD here, CMD, right? Command prompt. You can go to the command prompt, right? And type Python. Within the search, type CMD and go to the command prompt and type Python. If Python is installed, right? Say enter. 3.11.4 is the version and this interpreter got opened, right? So you can type any valid statements here, any valid Python statements. So I want to check what is 5 plus 2. It gives the response. You can say x has 10, y has 2. What is x? What is y? What is x plus y? What is x minus y? It gives response for every statement, right? X into 2, 10 into 2, x to the power of 2, 10 square, right? X equal to HELLO, right? X into 3, prints hello for 3 times, x into 5, for 5 times. A equal to Ajay, B equal to Kumar. And if I say A plus B, Ajay Kumar, you get, right? So adding the two strings. Sorry, X plus, not A plus B, it's A plus B. Ajay Kumar, you get, right? Yes. So in this way, you can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, right? This kind of interaction you cannot see in other programmings like C or Java, right? Yes. And there is no prerequisites for learning this Python. Anybody can update with Python, right? It looks like normal English statements. Okay. If you want to come out of this, say quit. Yes. So interactive mode given by Python. And fourth, like wide varieties of applications. Wide varieties of, okay. Before that, multi-programming features. Python has got multi-programming features. What all the programming features you see in other programmings, all those features we see in Python. That's why we call Python as a hybrid language. What is it? Hybrid language. Like C language features, object-oriented features, scripting features, modular programming features. Wide varieties of applications, multi-programming features, hybrid language, right? Wide varieties of applications can be developed, right? Wide varieties of applications, like automation applications, web applications, data science applications, big data applications, IoT applications, scientific applications, gaming applications, graphical applications, embedded applications, desktop applications, networking applications. In this way, different types of applications you can create. Any type of applications we can create using Python, but only one application which is very less used is Python is very less used in mobile application. Remaining all applications we can develop using Python, except it's very less used in mobile applications, right? Yes. And many built-in, one second, many built-in modules, many built-in libraries, many built-in modules, 89,300, right? 89,300 inbuilt modules. Inbuilt modules Python has got, right? 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different domains. Whatever domain you are from, testing or networking or data science or big data or databases, or for mathematical or statistical, for each and every background, right? For each and every environment, Python has got a module for it. Within that module, you've got built-in functions. Using that functions directly, we can perform the operations. Yes. So it's a general purpose programming. It's not for a particular purpose. It's not for a particular purpose, right? General purpose programming. Next, I'll be discussing about Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installations, and Python execution modes, right? Yes, I'll be discussing about Python software foundation, Python versions, installations, right? Yes. Any kind of applications you can develop, right? Yes. And it's a high level language. Python is a high level language, right? Means human understandable, it's portable, human understandable, portable. Please be in mute. High level language. It is human understandable. Low level language are not human they are not human understandable, but these are human understandable. Python is human understandable, right? Okay. Okay. So these are the reasons, right? Very less coding, simple syntaxes, interactive mode, multi-programming features, wide varieties of application, many built-in modules, general purpose programming. It's high level. These are the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Lot of jobs for Python today. Not only Python jobs, full stack developer like Python, full stack developer like the Django jobs are available. Python. Once you do this course, right? Full stack Python. You do the full stack Python course, you can become like a Python Django developer. You can just try for this Django jobs. Freshers can go with only Python and you can also get a job. But Django, once you update with Django, right? It's an advantage, right? Means using Django, you can develop projects, MVT, model view templates kinds of projects, right? So Django is compulsory if you want to become a Python developer, right? Full stack is required, right? Yes. So now I'll discuss something about Python software foundation. Python software foundation, right? As something about this PSF. Yes, it is a non-profit organization. PSF, right? Python software foundation. It's a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It's a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year It was launched in the year 2001. Objective: to foster the development, object to foster the development in Python version to version, right? In the year 2005, PSF, Python Software Foundation, received Computer World Horizon Award. What is it? Computer World Horizon Award. Computer World Horizon Award for the cutting edge technology. And the president for this, right? Nothing but Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum is the same personality who has introduced Python. The same personality is the president for this Python Software Foundation, PSF. Headquarters, where are the headquarters located, right? Delaware, right? Delaware, US. Guido van Rossum, headquarters Delaware, US. And official website, python.org. So official website from where we can download Python is python.org is the official website, and from where we can download and we can install Python, right? Yes. And also we can see the documentation of Python for each and every Python release within this python.org, right? And come to this Python versions, right? Yes, Python 1.x, 1.x version released in the year 1989. Python 2 version, right? Python 2.x version, it was released in the year, right? 2000, right? 3.x version released in the year 2008. Latest version of Python. Latest version of Python, right? Latest version. Python 3.11. Python 3.11. Okay. Stable version of Python. Stable version of Python is Python 3.9, which is mostly stable version is nothing but mostly used version. Is it like mostly used one? Previous stable version, right? Previous stable version, which is most okay. Previous stable version, which was mostly used, is Python 2.7, which was very mostly used. Okay, so this is what the version what we are going to install is Python 3.11, latest version of Python 3.11. That is what we are going to install, right? Python installation. Python installation, right? Yes. Okay. Python installation. Before I go with the install, I'll show you from the scratch, right? How to download and how to install Python. So go to start programs. Settings. So within the settings, apps, scroll down a little bit, right? Apps and features. Scroll down to Python 3.11.4, right? I'm uninstalling this 3.11.4, uninstall this, uninstall. So Python is going to provide different softwares for different environments. Different softwares for different environments for Mac, for Linux and Mac OS. For Linux, no need of any separate installation. By default, whenever we install, right, Linux, along with it, you get Python as inbuilt. No need of any separate installation. Directly we can work with it. For installation is progress, and even for Windows 32-bit and Windows 64-bit. Separate software, right? For Windows 32-bit separate software, Windows 64-bit. How will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit or Windows is 64-bit, right? So just minimize these things, minimize all this. Okay. Right click on your this computer or PC, right? This PC or computer. Right click on this PC and go to properties. What it is saying. 64-bit operating system, right? I think most of you, if you are using Windows 10 like 64-bit OS, but if anyone using older versions of like the Windows 7 or Windows 8, if you got 32-bit, download 32-bit. If you got remaining, like you will be getting 64-bit, right? So it provides two softwares for 32-bit and 64-bit. Yes. Installation, right? Uninstallation is almost done. Close it. So just open your Chrome browser, open your Chrome, yes. And you can just say python.org, www.python.org, right? Yes. Official website of Python from where we can download it, right? Say python.org, yes. Within the downloads, Yes, go to downloads, all releases. See here, those who have got Windows 7 or Windows 7, right? See, it has given a note. Python 3.9 and beyond the 3.9, that is 3.10, 3.11, cannot be used on Windows 7. So you need to go for 3.8 or 3.7. You need to install 3.7 or 3.8. People who has got Windows 7, right? It's clearly giving, right? You need to go with 3.9, 3.7 or 3.8. So downloads, go to all releases, right? Yes. Within the all releases, right? You can see looking for a specific release. Looking for a specific release, right? Yes. Now 3.11.4, June 6, 2023, right? Almost like 2 weeks ago, it was introduced. So this is the latest version 3.11.4. Just click it, your download is going to start. Sorry, this 3.11 will be opened. First click that 3.11.4 gets open. At the bottom, you can see the files. You can see 32-bit and 64-bit, right? Yes. (32-bit Windows, 64-bit Windows). Click that 64-bit Windows, right? Click that 64-bit Windows. Your download is going to start. So Python has got 89,300 inbuilt modules. All those 89. See the software size of this Python, 24.2 MB, right? Okay. Python has got 89,300 inbuilt modules. All those modules you are not going to get along with this Python software. If all those modules are included, Python software size won't be like 27 MB, 24 MB, right? It will be in GBs of size. But later I'll show you how to download the external modules which are not part of Python software, how we can download and how we can install it, right? Okay. Your download is almost. So we use a component called pip, pip for downloading and installing, right? Any external module. Python 3.11.4, right? Click this, download is finished, click that, right? And everyone try to install it carefully, Python, right? So you just most of you say next, and say finish, right? It will be installed, it will work. But see that the path where it is getting installed, other things, right? And tomorrow, if you want to install any external modules for Python, which are not available in the Python software, where you need to install that path location, you need to clearly know, right? So here, before you go with the installation, add Python to path, you say add Python to path and go for customize installation. Right? All this, see that documentation, people, all these are selected. And this 4, right? 4 are selected or not. Say next. It's clearly saying, so here also nothing to select. Yeah, customization location. The installation location, right? Customize installation location where you are trying to install this, right? So by default, where it is getting installed in C, users, Dell, app data, local programs Python 310 means these many subdirectories you need to enter. You want to locate Python where exactly it is, you need to enter into this much big path. Okay, so you can remove all this, right? Python 311, you can just remove all this. Instead of installing in this many subdirectories, you can just remove this. Just install Python 311 within the C drive. 311 means 3.11. A folder is going to get created automatically with the name Python 311. Within that, Python is going to get installed. So just say install. Hardly it takes 1 minute for installing Python. So just I removed the big path. Just install Python 311 in C drive. Install. Only takes 1 minute for installing Python. Once it gets installed, let us check whether it is properly installed or not, right? Whether this Python is properly installed or not. Okay. So even you can install Python. So people who are from who use Mac OS, right? If anyone using Mac OS, you can see Mac OS 64-bit universal installer. Mac OS 64-bit universal installer. For Linux, by default, you will get, right? And for Windows, you need to download and install this. And even you can install Python within your smartphones also. Can go to this Python Play Store and download Python IDE and download and install it. Many IDEs you can see. Anyone you can select and you can choose it, right? Now Python is successfully installed. I'm just closing it. Now, how will you check whether it is properly installed or not? Go to this search and type CMD. Say enter. You will go to this command prompt and type Python here. If you type Python, if I say enter, it has to display the Python version that we have installed, and the interpreter should get opened. Enter. Can you see this 3.11.4? That is the version we have installed. I uninstall and again I installed 3.11.4. And this 3 arrow symbol you can see, right? Here you can type any valid Python statements. 72 into 32, right? So in this way, any valid statements you can type in and you can enter. Just now I showed, right? Interactive mode. X is 3, Y is 2, X into 2, X to the power of Y. So that is, okay, 3 square means 9. So this is the power symbol in Python. Double star, single star means multiplication, double star means power. That is X to the power of 5 means 3 square is 9. So in this way you can, if you want to come out, you can say quit. So yes. So if anybody working in the Linux environment is they want to use Python within the Linux environment, but if you're using the older version of Linux, we can see like the older version of Python. So if you want the latest, you want to update with the latest version within this Linux machine, then you can just go with this sudo apt-get install Python 3.11, right? Sudo means everything you need to do from the root user, apt-get install Python 3.11. This is what installing Python, right? Yes. Python execution modes. Python execution modes. Two modes of execution, right? Two modes of execution. First one, interactive mode. Just know what we have seen, right? Interactive mode. Second is like batch mode. In interactive mode, here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter, on the interpreter, right? And the user can easily interact. Easily interact with Python statement by statement. And the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, right? What is the advantage of this interactive mode? Advantage of interactive mode. Advantage of to test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python, right? Yes. So if you doesn't know about any particular Python functionality, you can type here and you can check what output it use. Based on that, you can analyze it. And for learning Python for beginners, right? Python is one of the best choice to test the functionalities and to learn Python. Okay, but using interactive mode, we cannot develop applications, right? For developing applications, interactive mode is not chosen. So we need to go for batch mode. Here, in batch mode here, we write a set of statements or batch of statements. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDs and save it by using .py extension. Save it by using .py extension, right? And later submit to Python right? Yes. Here we write set of statements within the editor's IDs and save it by using .py and later submit it to Python. You may ask, what are the various editors or IDs where we can write the Python code and save it by using .py? What are the various editors? IDE means integrated development environment, right? So various editors. Various editors where we can write the Python code. Now, Notepad. Within the Notepad, you can write Python code and create a .py file. Within the edit plus, we can write a Python statements and create a .py file, right? And within the Linux environment, we use VI editor, we use nano editor, right? Yes. Yes. So in the Windows Notepad and Edit Plus, in the Linux VI and Nano, where we can write Python code and create a .py file. And what are the various IDs? In real time, we use IDEs, right? So we have got many IDs for PyCharm. Sorry, we have got many IDs for Python, right? PyCharm is the one. PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, right? Jupyter Notebook. VS Code, right? So these are the different IDs, not like other sites. So like unlike other training sites, so not on one ID. I'll be showing you on 4 to 5 IDs, right? Like PyCharm, Spider, Jupyter, VS Code, Eclipse. So among all these, PyCharm is the mostly used one. PyCharm is the mostly used one. But you will get a query, right? You will get a query among all these. Okay, PyCharm is the mostly used. And why these many IDs required? Actually, we'll get why these many IDs. Why not only one or two? Because Python is used for different environments, right? Like in different environments, like in big data and data science, networking, testing, for all this. For different environments, different IDs are preferred. For data science, like Jupyter Notebook is preferred, Spider is preferred. And for web data, for big data, right? Spider and Jupyter only preferred, right? And for typical web applications, PyCharm is mostly preferred, VS Code is preferred, and Anaconda distribution like Jupyter Notebook is also preferred. So these are the various IDEs, right? Yes. Developing the first Python application. Developing the first Python application within a notepad, Example notepad, right? Yes. Open notepad and type the, up to now we didn't discuss anything about Python or Python fundamentals, right? Python technicals. So open notepad, just I will take two values and I want to perform some arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? Open notepad. Open notepad and type the following Python statements. X is 10, Y is 20. Print X plus Y, right? Print X plus Y, print X minus Y, right? Print X into Y, right? Print X by Y, right? Yes. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I'll copy this to a separate file. copy this to a separate file, right? Like and save it. Sample1.py. Just save it as sample1.py. Python 18, right? Save it. Save, right. Now I'm writing here. Go to this and say save as sample1.py and submit. And now submit this file. And go to the command prompt to submitting. You need to go to the command prompt, cmd, you type, and just type Python. Don't say enter. If you say enter, it will go to interactive mode. But batch mode, give the path where your file is available, right? In the C drive. It's in the C drive, Python 8 AM batch. The file name where it is present, the folder and the drive name. The drive, the folder and the file name where it is present. Everything submit to Python. The entire fully qualified path, yes. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. And see the output. Okay. So what we can do? Python, this one. But what is your observation here? Here, but here. But here, what is your observation, everyone? We are writing the code. We are writing the code at one place. We are writing the code at one place, but within the notepad. And executing at the other place. We are writing the code at one place and executing at the other place. Other place means within the command prompt, within the command prompt. But to write and execute it within the same place. But to write and execute we have IDLE, right? Integrated Development Learning Environment, right? Which comes along with Python installation, which comes along with Python installation. Using which we can write or execute. We can write and execute. To write and execute at the same place, we have ideally, which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute at the same place. We can write and execute within the same place. Now I'll show you, right, how we can open this ideally and how to write the code at the same place and how to execute within the same place, right? So this is the code. Assume this is the code. The same thing I'll copy. How to open this ideally means directly if you type in search ideally, you can get that ideally, right? 3.11. Otherwise, you can go to the start programs, check where your Python is available. Right. Go to start programs, check where your Python is available. Here within this P, right? The first thing what you see, Python 3.11. You open this Python 3.11, what is the first thing you see? IDLE, right? That when you click it, Python shell gets opened in interactive mode. Python shell gets opened in interactive mode. 3+5. Interactive mode. So file, new file. To work with file, new file, say, right? Right here itself we can write, here itself we can write, here itself we can run or execute, right? So before it, save it, file, save. Sample2.py. Now here itself we can write, here itself we can run module, right? Yes. And 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20, right? Yes. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? Yes. Just we have discussed today, right? Yes. Okay, Python, what is reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular? This is the things, Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installation, Python execution modes, right? So tomorrow just we will be entering into the technicals, right, of this Python, basic Python, right? And if you see in the last class, I was saying uh, Python is the #1 ranked programming with a diversified number of applications. So you can say popular coding language, popular coding language, right? Yes, Python is one, stands first, right? Python is the #1 ranked programming language, right? You can check this. Python remains the most popular, right? Python remains most popular programming language. Next comes Java, JavaScript, right? And here also the most popular programming language, right? Python first. Next comes Java, JavaScript. Yes, top most popular programming used by top 25 unicorns, Python, Java, JavaScript. Most popular programming language, Python. Next comes JavaScript and Java. Okay. If you see, right, the most popular programming language, right? Python. Next comes Java, JavaScript, C++, right? Okay. I was just showing you the graphs, right? Yes. See the percentage of usage of Python, right? 31%. Sorry. You see this. %31% is that Python, that is, you can see the big circle. Java 19% used currently. C++ 9.8, C 6%, C++ 7%, right? Used in industry currently. And even if you see that rank by volume of job openings and rank by average salary. So here, right. Okay. Rank by average salary, Python stands first. Rank by volume of job openings also. You can see job openings, right? You can just type Python jobs right here. A lot of jobs for Python. Okay, just check this. Apply to 22,000 Python jobs. So 5,605 Python developer jobs in Hyderabad, right? A lot of jobs. 8,000 plus Python jobs in LinkedIn. 900 Python developer jobs in Hyderabad, right? Yes, even if you want to go to Django jobs, right? That is framework of Python. Django jobs, you can see a lot of jobs for this. Django, people who know Django are very less, right? Yes. Django framework, 24,800 Django job vacancies. That people who know Django very less, and those who have got command in Django is very less. If you observe this course content, so in brief, in depth, we'll be discussing about this Python core advanced application oriented modules, UI technologies, the framework, Django framework, right? So here Python basics, Python operations, modes, execution into the constants, variables, comments, strings, operators in Python, different operators, Python IDs like PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, flow control statements, looping statements, strings, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, right? Yes. So yes, if you want, you can see in the short panel, right? There is a chart. There is one message given by this online team about the payment details, procedures, and also the last demo video is kept. You can see the demo video also, right? That previous demo video. That is in the last class, whatever demo is happened. You can see that you can click that link and you can just go through that, right? If anyone have not attended the demo, yes. And this syllabus also you can see, right? Yes. You'll be getting to your mails. Collections in Python, different collections, lists in brief, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, list modifications, right? Similarly for tuples, tuple operations, methods, functions, addresses, right? And sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, different categories, different arguments, default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword, arbitrary arguments, lambda function, filter function, map function, reduce function, right? Modules in Python, because of this modular programming, only Python has got great boom, right? And packages in Python, importing, errors and exceptions, file handling, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, regular expressions, database access, and Python data and time, OS module, advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closures, and decorators, right? GUI application, graphical user interface, and Excel workbook, working with Excel workbook, Excel files. Data analytics also will be discussed. Pandas module, NumPy, matplotlib, introduction to data science, Python Pandas in brief, Python NumPy in brief, Python matplotlib. People who go for full stack, right? This Django framework will be discussed in brief. nearly 15 to 20 applications creations I'll be showing you using Django, right? So Django web frameworks, Django installations, Django views, templates, admin models, advanced concepts, and UI technologies also will be discussed. Those who go for the Django framework, that is full stack, HTML in brief, CSS in brief, JavaScript in brief, and also MySQL in brief, right? All this will be discussed. And for only Python, people who go for Python, it's nearly 70 hours, right? The 70 hours is the course duration. Nearly 2 months it takes. 5K is the course fee. And people who go for entire full stack, if you want total Python, it's framework, the Django framework, and UI technologies, right? Along with in UI technologies, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript will be discussed, and Django will be discussed, and a project will be discussed, right? Totally 70 hours for Python and nearly 50 hours for this Django framework and UI technologies. Totally 120 hours for full stack. And for Python, only it's 70 hours. Means it's 70 hours. It's not like 45 hours course, right? It's like not like 45 hours or 50 hours. 70 hours will be spending. In brief, in depth, we'll be discussing with many working examples. You'll be getting means great command at the end of the course, right? How to build your own code, how to write, and how to write build code for a task provided. And every session is video recorded. You will be getting the recorded video, and the soft copy of the notes you will be getting, right? And assignments and tasks I'll be providing. Getting the output is not the criteria, right? We need to build the own code, right? So if you got any queries, you can go with your queries, right? Fine. And you tomorrow also you can attend the session, everyone, same time using the same link, right? So tomorrow's class will be important. How this, how exactly this defining variables, data types, and how to print their value, how to print their address, how to print their content, these things, right? Yes. Some queries was asked. Yes, you can attend with the same link, same time, right? 8 a.m. with the same link. So how many for Django and UI technologies takes 2 months, and Python takes 2 months, totally 4 months. If anybody wants to go parallelly, if you want to complete within less time, like 2 months, both in weekdays going with Python for 2 months, in weekends going with Django and UI technologies. So within 2.5 months, it completes total full stack, right? Both in weekdays and weekends. If you attend many weekend batches are there for Django, you can attend them parallelly, right? How much? Yes. Yes, tomorrow. So this course content you'll be getting to your mails, right? Today, everyone, you can check your mails for the course content. See whatever doubts you have got, right? So it's live interactive sessions, right? So this is the demo that I was going today. Just I was showing the installation process, other things. From tomorrow, right? You can see how the sessions will be interactive sessions. You'll be interacting for everything, for every statement I type, right? So any doubts, queries, immediately you can ask. But during practice, if you get any doubt or query, a WhatsApp group is going to be created for technical discussions, right? Okay. A WhatsApp group is going to be created for the technical discussion. You can take the snap of the error and post in the group. No need to wait until the next session. Anybody can answer it. I'll be answering it, right? Recording sessions are not downloadable. You can only view them, right? If you miss the session because of some ill health or because of some job timings unable to attend, you can just go through and attend the next session, right? So doubts you can ask at the start of the session, you can ask doubts. At the end of the session, you can ask doubts, right? So any platform to practice Python means in your mobile phone also, you can type your code and execute it. You can practice within your mobile phone in your Windows, Linux, Mac OS, right? So the timing will be same 8 to 9, right? The timing of this batch is 8 o'clock to 8 to 9. Okay, fine. So everyone try to attend the session tomorrow to see more on this. Same time, same link, right? Yes. So if I'm done with your queries, on which date the class starts? What is the Priya Konda? On which date the class starts means today is the installation, right? The batch continues from tomorrow. Today I should just showed you the installations in execution most, right? From tomorrow, the batch going to run, start, right? Continues from there. Yes. Mostly tomorrow you can attend the session. Mostly from day after tomorrow, the link might be changing, right? Yes. When we download Python, where it will be stored? When we download Python, where it will be stored means in downloads folder, you can see. In downloads folder. So whenever you install Python, before that, you will be selecting one option, add Python to path. When you select that option, no need to set environment variables. Yes. Any query? So you'll be in unmuted status only, right? Everyone, you can just interact through voice or through chat panel. Fine. So if I'm done with the queries, then I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time, right? Using the same link. Fine. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Yes, Google, you can go for Google Collab, right? Yes. Some query was asked. So Google Collab.